Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So today we finally have the long-awaited video for the Poison Trapper for the Ascendancy patch. Now, I will state one thing right off the bat is if you want to play the build the way I'm going to play it, you literally change like 3 points and that's it, and the build's done. So this was the previous Poison Trapper. It's the same exact thing in the forum guide. I'm not going to link it. You guys have all the information for it already. You can just go to the Path of Exile forums and go look up my character as always. Exclamation mark profile brings it up. The only thing different we're going to do is we're going to pull out of Fatal Toxins, we're going to get Frenetic, and we're going to get Fervor, and we're done. That's it. Nothing else changed. The reason why is Master Sapper now gives a 15% chance to gain Frenzy charges when a trap is triggered by an enemy. So that's it for the skill tree. Alternatively, I'll go later in the video, I'll go into pretty much explaining other options you could choose if you didn't want to play Assassin. You could realistically play this from Witch, sorry, not Assassin. You could play from Witch, Shadow, Ranger, or Duelist. Entirely up to you. Each one has a different play style. Now, I'm picking Shadow because I want to play with Saboteur, and I don't really want to use single trap. I want to have fun again. Throwing one trap to me is really boring, so we're gonna go ahead and use Cluster Trap and have some fun. Now, let's talk about links really fast, and we'll go over that later. Originally, our links were the following. We used Poison, Conk Effect, Void Manipulation, Trap and Mind Damage, Trap, Bladefall. You can swap out Void Manip for, what is it called? What's the blue one? Control Destruction. It's up to you. Really, it makes almost no difference. Regardless, this Void Manipulation is not going to be here anyway, because Void Manip comes out, and in goes Cluster Trap. That's it. So, Poison, Conk Effect, Cluster Trap, Trap and Mind, Trap, and Bladefall. That's going to be our 6th link. For a 4 link, we would pull out probably Trap and Mind Damage, to be honest. It's either Trap and Mind Damage or Conk. It really depends on you. So that's pretty much that, and that character is pretty much finished. Now let's talk about the reasons as to why I'm going to go Saboteur. So I'm going to bring up an offline calculator here and just go over some classes. So this is the Saboteur subclass, and here's the purpose of going in. So for 2 points in, you can get Bomb Specialist, which doesn't really do much for you. It just basically gives you 8% increased damage for each trap. Cluster Trap throws 4 traps, so that's 8, 16, 24, 32% increased damage on just one throw. That's not too bad because the values do double dip, so you get a little bit extra. Then we have Chain Reaction, which is pretty much what the whole build is going to be based around. 20% increased trap damage, again this will double dip. 40% cooldown reduction, increased area, and when your trap's triggered, your nearby traps also trigger, thus allowing my Cluster Trap to go off and have all 4 traps at the same target. And then there's nothing else you can really get. Demolition Specialist doesn't do anything for you. Explosive Expert doesn't do anything for you. Binding Assault doesn't do anything for you. So probably just going to go 1 point to elemental damage and 1 point into the movement speed. Now, alternatively, there are other things you could do with this character. So I'm going to go ahead and explain another one that I really like. With Pathfinder, you can go Master Herbalist. Gives 20% increased damage with poison. That's okay, not too bad. 20% increased poison duration is extremely nice. 30% chaos resist while using a flask. That's just free chaos resist. That's really good too. Your flasks are always going to be up. And always poison on hit when using a flask. Literally, you're going to always have chaos resist now. So this saves you a link, and since the poison gem was nerfed pretty heavily, this is not that bad. Unfortunately, your 2-pointer isn't really too good, or your 4-pointer. You have like Nature's Adrenaline, which is 15% movement speed when the flask is on. No, that's pretty good. Massive Surgeon, which is life recovery from flasks, and 10% chance to gain a charge when you deal a crit. You're not crit based, so whatever. Remove Bleed is really nice as well. Or you could go ahead and come this way. So Nature's Boon is 5% reduced elemental damage taken. This is definitely something I'd pick up. And then you have over here 30% increased elemental damage, dispel elemental status elements on use, 50% chance to avoid status elements while using a flask. This is probably what I would do is I'd go 4 points into Master Alchemist and 1 point or 2 points into Master Herbalist. And all you would do is take out some life and you would just go Ranger start here. Like this. So this is what the build looks like. You would look like this. Done, 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 done. And you can drop Shadow Start and a couple other things. Now, you could also choose to go Champion, which is in the Duelist side. This is a bit more niche, but this is for people who want to be more tanky. You would get Unstable Hero, or Unstoppable Hero, which gives 8% increased movement speed. Oscar, I'm almost done. Chill out. So you would get 8% increased movement speed when you have Fortify, and 10% increased Fortify duration or effect. Fortify essentially is 20% reduced damage from all sources except for damage over time. This is to prevent people from easily running Righteous Fire. The 4-pointer is you have Fortify. You can see the description for Fortify. It grants 20% reduced damage taken from hits. Oscar, stop. Chill, man. 5 minutes. Chill. Chill. Relax. Alright. And for the 2-pointer, we're going to go with Inspirational, which is you and nearby allies deal 35% increased damage. This value will double dip. And then you and nearby allies have 10% increased movement speed. It's really not that bad of a subclass. The only thing is it's a bit of a point travel, so you would probably kind of change it around a bit and come in through either Ranger or come in from the top side here, and you would go basically Bravery and get the life here. That's really not that bad of an option. Next up, we have Witch. Witch is a bit interesting. Witch is going to be actually one of the strongest, but again, I want to play with cluster traps personally. So with Witch, you have Occultist. Occultist has some very neat things. So the 2-pointer for Occultist is Profane Bloom. Cursed enemies you kill have a 20% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. Enemies you curse take 10% increased damage. Increased damage is a multiplier because most things you curse with don't actually make monsters take increased damage. Because I believe that's how it is. And then Malediction, which is basically +1 curse. That's awesome because we don't go to +1 curse. This allows you to run Temp and Enfeeble, Temp and Vuln. It's really how you want to do it. When you kill an enemy, for each curse on that enemy, gain 4% of non-chaos damage as extra chaos damage. Very, very, very good. This is mainly like your boss killer, I feel. Not necessarily for clear speed, but more of just a powerhouse boss killer. And again, Void Beacon, you can go for 2 points. Nearby enemies have -20% chaos resist. It's pretty baller if you're doing a build based around chaos. So I would say, again, Witch is more of like your straight up boss killer. Saboteur is more of like your kind of jack of all trades in a way. And then you could do something a little niche with Elementalist, but I want you guys to figure it out. Alright? So that's pretty much going to cover everything with the character. I'll be leveling it here earlier today. If you guys have, or not earlier today, I'll be leveling it today. If you guys have any questions, please go refer to the forum guide, because I've already made this character and I have all the content already released for it. And you're better off looking up the content than asking me, because I haven't played the build in a month and a half. So all the information for this character has already been released. Again, go check out the forum guide. I'll go ahead and link it in the comments below. And that's pretty much going to be it for now. I did want to play Fire Trap, but I still haven't really found a Fire Trap build that I like, so that is on the horizon as well. But that's pretty much going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. A little tongue twister there. And yeah, boys, thanks again for all the support. We just hit 25k subs, so fuck yeah. Type lemongrass in the comments if you made it this far in the video. I don't fucking know. Just accept it. Alright, boys. Anyway, have a good one. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Thanks again for all the support. Take care, boys.